Welcome to Squadron Scale Workshop. My name is Brett Green, and today we're going to have a look at something fairly special. It's the Eduard 1/72nd scale Royal Class Focke-Wulf 190 A-8 Quattro release. Eduard's Quattro release means that you can actually build 4 complete models out of the one box. And what a box it is. When we open it, inside we find there are 487 parts in grey plastic, there are 32 parts in clear, there are 8 resin parts, 4 full sets of resin wheels, there are 4 colour photo etch frets, 4 brass photo etch frets with flat parts on them, as well as 1 large decal sheet with all of the marking options for the 8 fairly colourful aircraft that are included in this box. Also 4 smaller decal sheets, individual stencil decal sheets for each aircraft, and masking for each of the 4 aircraft as well. Now, although we can build 4 aircraft, we actually have 5 sprues that contain the wings and the fuselages, and that's because the first sprue contains parts for an early Focke-Wulf 190 A-8 without the bulges on the outside of the wings. There are also another 2 sprues that contain parts for a later version Focke-Wulf 190 A-8 with the separate bulges on the outer wings and also the bulged ejector chutes underneath the wings. And finally, we have another 2 sprues with the parts for a fuselage and wings of the Focke-Wulf 190 A-8 R11, the Sternbock version, which is a very popular option with many modelers. The additional armour plate is actually moulded to the fuselage halves, so there's no cutting, grinding or additional sticking required. So what that gives us is a total of 5 sprues with the wings and the fuselages, 4 sprues and 4 sets of parts for everything else. And it means that you have the option of building 1 early 190 A-8 and then the choice of 2 and 1 combination of either the late A-8 or the A-8 R11. Let's also have a look at some of the bonus parts that we get in this kit. I quite like this from the famous Bohemia Crystal Company. We have a glass beer mug, and there's a choice of 6 of these. They're just included randomly in the box, so depending on how much money you are, you could buy 6 of these and hopefully come up with 6 different cups. The other very nice touch, and Eduard have done this before, I quite like it, is the historical context of providing a piece of a Focke-Wulf 190 A-8 R2 on a plinth, along with a certificate of authenticity. So you can sit that on your model shelf as a bit of a memento of the real thing. If you've got really good eyesight, you can even compare your camouflage colours. But let's take a bit more of a detailed look at the contents of the box. Eduard offers 12 marking options for the kits in the box, mostly in RLM 74, 75, 76, but with a large variety of attractive markings. The beer glass from the Bohemia Crystal Company, as well as the original part from a Focke-Wulf 190 A-8 R2 on a plinth. 4 sets of wheels are supplied in resin for each of the kits. A colour photo etch set includes parts for the cockpit, and a brass set provides flaps. This is the Focke-Wulf 190 A-8 fuselage. Check out the lovely surface detail on this. Here's the early version upper wing without the bulge, and the lower wing of the same sprue. The late version wing includes the bulge, plus a bulged ejector port on the bottom of each wing. Here's the Focke-Wulf 190 A8R11 bottom wing, and also the fuselage side with the armour moulded in place. Two different styles of propeller are included. The wheels are in plastic, but you probably won't use those. And some of the smaller parts, all well moulded. The canopy parts are offered for both bulged and flat, open and closed. And the large decal sheet is colourful and well printed. Small decal sheets are included for each of the aircraft having stencil markings. I have to confess that 1/72nd has not been my scale of choice over the last 30 years or so, but I find myself more and more often recently drawn to subjects because some of the kits that are being released in this small scale are just so good. Eduard's Royal Class Focke-Wulf 190 A8 Quattro release falls firmly into that category. This is a great kit. I actually built the Profi Pack version of this kit a few months ago, and it was an absolute pleasure. The detail was fantastic, the surface texture was crisp and fine, and it was certainly a lot easier to build than the old Eduard 48 scale Focke-Wulf 190 A8 of some years ago. This one can only be 4 times better. At a price of $99, as recommended by Eduard, it's outstanding value considering the extras that you get and 4 full kits. At the moment, Squadron had this on sale for less than $70, and that makes it a remarkable buy, so get in while you can while that price is still available. Well, that's all we have for you on Squadron Scale Workshop this time. We'll look forward to catching up to you next time. Bye for now.